Olivia had always been a straight-A student, known for her calm and collected nature. When she got accepted into the medical school, her family was thrilled. They had planned the trip to the university meticulously, eager to see Olivia settled into her new dormitory. The day finally came, and they set off early in the morning, hoping to reach the campus by late afternoon. The drive started out perfectly normal. The weather was pleasant, and the GPS showed a clear route through a mix of highways and country roads. Olivia's mother was excitedly talking about how she would decorate her dorm room, while her father hummed along to the radio. As they drove further from the city, the scenery became more rural, the sprawling fields giving way to dense forests. The road narrowed, twisting and turning through the thick woods. Olivia couldn't shake the feeling of being watched, though she dismissed it as pre-move jitters. A few hours into their journey, the GPS began to glitch. The route recalculated several times before the signal was lost completely. "Looks like we're on our own," Olivia's father joked, though there was a slight edge to his voice. They continued driving, hoping the GPS would come back online, but the forest seemed to grow thicker with each passing mile. The sun dipped lower in the sky, casting long shadows across the road. Olivia stared out the window, trying to ignore the growing sense of unease. As they rounded a particularly sharp bend, they spotted something up ahead, a figure in the road. Her father slammed on the brakes, bringing the car to a screeching halt. Olivia and her parents watched in shock as the scene unfolded before them. In the dim light, they saw a man and a woman standing in the middle of the road, their faces twisted in terror. The man was holding a knife, and the woman was pleading for her life. Olivia's heart raced as she watched, frozen in fear. It was a horrific scene, a brutal, violent act that seemed to unfold in slow motion. The man lunged forward, and the woman screamed, but just as the knife was about to strike, the scene flickered like a glitch on an old television screen. For a brief moment, everything went dark, and when the light returned, the road was empty. Olivia blinked, trying to comprehend what she had just seen. Her parents were equally stunned, their faces pale with shock. Did you see that?" Olivia's mother stammered, her voice trembling. Her father, visibly shaken, nodded. "I don't know what that was, but we need to get out of here." He quickly hit the gas, and the car sped down the road, leaving the chilling scene behind. But as they continued, Olivia couldn't help but look back, expecting to see the figures reappear. The forest closed in around them, the trees growing denser, the shadows deeper. They drove in silence, the atmosphere inside the car thick with tension. Olivia's mind raced. What had they just witnessed? A ghostly reenactment, a twisted illusion? Whatever it was, it had felt terrifyingly real. As they drove on, Olivia's mother suddenly gasped, pointing out the window. "Look," she cried. Olivia turned to see what had caught her mother's attention, and her blood ran cold. There, on the side of the road, stood the woman they had seen earlier, her eyes wide with fear, her mouth open in a silent scream. But she wasn't alone. The man with the knife was standing right behind her, his hand raised as if about to strike again. Olivia's father hit the gas pedal harder, trying to get away as fast as possible. The car roared down the road, the figures disappearing in the rearview mirror, but the sense of dread lingered. Finally, after what felt like hours, they broke free from the forest. The sky was darkening, and the first stars were beginning to appear. The road widened, and in the distance they could see the lights of the university. Relief washed over them, but the terror of what they had witnessed still clung to them like a shroud. When they arrived at the dormitory, Olivia was visibly shaken. Her parents tried to comfort her, but they were equally disturbed. They helped her carry her bags to her room, but the feeling of unease remained. Later that night, as Olivia lay in her new bed, she couldn't shake the images from her mind. The man, the woman, the knife, it all felt so real. But deep down, she knew it hadn't actually happened. It was as if they had witnessed a memory, a ghostly replay of something terrible that had once taken place in those woods. But if it hadn't happened, then what was it? And why had they seen it? As Olivia drifted off to sleep, she couldn't help but wonder if the dormitory and its surrounding woods held more dark secrets than anyone knew. And more chillingly, she began to question whether what she had experienced was somehow connected to the mysterious disappearance of Sarah, Jack, Emily, Alex, and Ryan a year ago. The thought haunted her dreams, filling them with shadows and the echoes of screams.